Continuing now with our analysis of the new Gallup poll on President Obama. Does it indicate a collapse of confidence in the president? Well, at the very least, some folks are frustrated. Take a look at what happened yesterday when a farmer told the president he didn't want government bureaucrats telling him how to grow his food.
We enjoy growing corn and soybeans, and we feel we do it as safely and efficiently as we possibly can. Please don't challenge us with more rules and regulations from Washington, D.C. that hinder us from doing that.
If you hear something's happening, but it hasn't happened, don't always believe what you hear.
That answers the question. Well, is it wise for the president to be dismissive of these concerns? With us now, Democratic strategist Tara Dowdle and Bernard Whitman, a former pollster for President Clinton. Now, okay, I understood this bus tour was not political. Okay, I'll just take him as face value, not political. But it was intended to put the president in a situation where he got to understand the concerns of people, working people, that empathize with their concerns. And that's fair, that's fine. I think he had a concern as a farmer. He seemed like a kind of a regular guy. I'm not sure if I think he's a Tea Party guy. Do you think that answer to his point that, look, the regulations are killing us, basically what he said, do you think that was the wise answer, Bernard?
I think that what the president needs to do, and he needs to get out of Washington. He needs to go out on the hustings. This bus tour is exactly what's needed. I think he should be out of Washington all of September. And what he should be talking about is his job creation plan, which is cutting taxes, extending the payroll tax holiday for employees, and I'd add employers to that. Cutting regulation. He should talk about streamlining the patent approval process, getting these free trade agreements passed, and funding the infrastructure jobs.
He's actually blocking the free trade agreements now. That's not exactly right how you just presented that. But putting that aside, do you think the president handled that particular question well? Did that make the president seem empathetic to this man's concerns?
I think that the president needs to be far more aggressive in explaining that the path to job creation in this country.
No, that's not what the guy asked. The guy talked about regulations. The president either didn't know what he was talking about, or the president didn't want to answer his clear concerns. And Tara, you can take a shot.
Well, I'd like to say I don't think the president was being dismissive at all. First of all, the Department of Transportation just announced no new regulations on agricultural vehicles. That was announced recently, and the agricultural industry was very grateful for that.
Well, if he might have said that might have maybe if that truly is the case, maybe the president.
Well, we didn't hear the whole sound. I think the president did elucidate further. And also, I'd add another point. We have to be balanced here because good regulations protect people and they protect businesses. Ask anyone who's had salmonella how they feel about food safety inspectors. Yeah. Certainly, they play an important role.
I think, well, I bring this up because, again, I understand what the president and his advisors said this bus tour was about. I get it. I understand. And look, both sides say things aren't political. There's always politics and everything. But I think it's a real question. Does the president appear to understand the concerns of small business owners, medium-sized business owners, farmers, how they live their daily lives? He has just landed in Martha's Vineyard, okay? I've been to Martha's Vineyard, beautiful place, nice place to go. Is that the right optics right now at this time when the market drops 450 points and people are struggling? Would you advise him to do that, Bernard?
Look, presidents always take vacations in August. It's always subject of attack. I think what we really ought to focus on is the differences between this president and the Republicans Congress, which are held hostage by the Tea Party, which the Tea Party would sacrifice.
Do you know how ridiculous this sounds,
the Tea Party
Bernard?
would sacrifice short-term economic gain.
Watching this across the country, they're hearing a Democratic strategist holding up the Tea Party as the reason the most transformative guy to ever run for the presidency. That's what we were told. New politics, changing politics, bringing people together. We have 9.2% unemployment. You guys had the Congress and the Senate, filibuster-proof Senate for 2 years, and the presidency. No. You had 2 years to pass a budget, couldn't do it. So you're going to blame the Tea Party for the first 2 years, too?
No. What we're going to talk about right now is the fact that the Tea Party has made it very clear that they run the Republican Party, and they would refuse, they would absolutely refuse to pass any legislation that had an ounce of revenue increases, even if it was a 10-to-1 spending cut
just go home and
to
be
revenue
quiet?
increases.
Who's more in line with the way regular families are thinking about things today?
The
Tea Party,
President Obama.
Oh, really?
Because
26%
two-thirds of the American public made it very clear that they want to see a combination of spending cuts and revenue increases, and the Tea Party said no, no, no.
And the Tea Party's approval ratings are just as low. They're actually much lower than President Obama's.
First of all, the Tea Party is not an individual. Okay,
it's
when you
say
the Tea Party,
but it does not represent every
American.
Texas
and Florida, all over the country. I've met some of these guys and gals. They're different people. Some people stress economics. Other people have views on immigration. They're not all the same people. And for you guys to kind of generalize, well, the Tea Party.
Well, that's what they call themselves, the Tea Party. So I'm referring to them by the name
it's not
they
one
call
person.
themselves.
But all I'm saying is, I think if I'm sitting where you're sitting tonight, I'm thinking, gosh, this guy better turn it around. Okay, because the Tea Party ain't going to save you guys.
But Laura, you have to admit this. The president has had major challenges because the Republican Party has made the political calculus.
You think
and they said Mitch McConnell, by his own words, said our #1 priority is to make sure he is a one-term president. If that's your #1 priority, then job creation should be the #1 priority of the Republican Party.
Should be. We're out of
job creation.
Well, I think it is, but I think they think he's.
That's not what they said.
Voters trust Obama 47-35 over the Republicans in Congress. And this quick note. What other president in his August of his third year had an approval rating of about where Obama is? Ronald Reagan, 43% in August of 1983, went on to a landslide re-election.
Where was the economy going at that point? That economy was skyrocketing up at that point. But we appreciate it. Bernard and Tara, thank you so much for being with us. Wish we had more time. And plenty more ahead.